What's up, YouTube? Will back with RCR. I am super hyped up this morning, and you know why that is. Well, two reasons. Too much coffee, and we've got eggs. So this week, we're going to show you guys pulling the female off the eggs. We're going to show you the egg incubation setup, how to mix your vermiculite properly, how to do all of that stuff. Stay tuned because this is the most exciting part of the year. Pulling eggs next to potentially hatching them. Getting eggs is one of the most exciting things you can get. So let's get right to this. Alright guys, so I know if you'd watched this last video, you know that this female was giving me a bit of a hard time. She was due to lay eggs March 31st. We're now April 20th, and so she's 20 days overdue. But here you have a cinnamon Specter on a nice clutch of eggs. Now, she was bred by a Pastel, OrangeDream, YellowBelly leopard pied. So hopefully we can hit on some, ideally I'd like to hit it without Pastel, but I'd like to hit an OrangeDream cinnamon leopard super stripe 100% het pied. So I'm going to pull this clutch. I'm filming by myself today, so I'm going to pull this clutch. I'll do the best I can to show you guys how I do it. Alright guys, so we're going to take a look here, see how many she's got. Now, one of the easiest ways to pull a female off the eggs is they can be defensive over their eggs. Right, they are going to be slightly defensive. I like to come down from the back, just cover up her head, don't have to be rough with her. And her tail, I don't know if you can see it, but her tail is generally hooked under the eggs. So just pull her tail out from underneath her, out from that clutch. Slide the eggs away. Looks like we got 7, and they're not bunched together just yet. So I'm going to take them away little bit by little bit. And there you have a nice 7-egg clutch. Now I'm gonna get this girl a fresh new bin, and we're gonna set up this clutch of eggs. All right, guys. So we've got our clutch of eggs. We've got our nice 7-egg clutch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now I have all the supplies that I'm gonna need to incubate this clutch of eggs. So what you want to get is this is a little bit overkill. I use a big bin. This is a 14 liter or a 15 quart bin. You don't have to use a bin this big, especially if you're able to tease the eggs apart and set them up, like individually. I generally set the clutch up as it's laid, so it's a nice clutch that's all clumped together. That's how I set them up. Anyways, what I'm tending to use is about 2 liters of vermiculite, and so I'm just going to dump that whole 2 liters of vermiculite in there, and that. With these bins, this generally should be enough, but I'm going to put a little bit more in this just so we avoid drying out. I order vermiculite in bulk. I order it right from Uline, so we've got so much of it that I can't, you're better safe than sorry. The more vermiculite you have in your egg box, the more humidity or the more moisture it's able to retain, and the less chance you have of drying your clutch out. Now I've got 2 liters of water, and I'm just going to soak my egg box. I know people want to bury them in the vermiculite. I know all that's fine for the people that want to do that. I like my vermiculite nice and wet. I don't care that see how it's dripping water like that? You won't have an issue with your eggs drying out. And I've had that issue in the past, and trust me, it sucks. So I use my nice and wet vermiculite. Once I have it mixed pretty well, I'm just going to tap it all down, sort of give it a, just level it out a bit. I'm going to have to wash my hands after this because the vermiculite sticks all over it. Next step is going to be your egg crate. So you don't necessarily have to use light diffuser. A lot of guys are using those EasyHatch trays. I've already pre-cut. I've got I don't even know, 100 of these bins or 200 of these bins, and these already all pre-cut. So I just didn't see the need to switch over. It fits perfectly for me. I've been using it for 10 years and I haven't had any issues at all. They're just perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take these eggs and just pop them directly on the center of that. And I'm going to try to position the clutch how I found it. this egg, that's going to be a bit of a roller. I can already tell it's not gonna sit still. So it wants to roll either direction. So what I do is I actually have clothespins. One single clothespin. It actually fits perfectly in between the light diffuser here. So I just gently push the clutch over, and that's holding the clutch perfect. Next, you want to keep your humidity in your egg boxes, okay? You do not want these things drying out. You want them to stay as nice and moist as possible. So we use press and seal, and we seal the top of this egg box. So I'm just gonna rip off a sheet of press and seal. Move that out of my way. I'm gonna seal that edge, pull it tight, seal the next edge. This press and seal is amazing too. Like once you just give it a little bit of pressure, it's just sealed all the way around. Keep it nice and tight. Seal that edge as well. Damn vermiculite everywhere. We'll rip off another sheet. Most of the time this would actually fit your standard egg box. Because I'm using a wider, deeper egg box, I use 2 sheets of it just to make sure I get a nice seal. So I'm just gonna seal that edge. Hold it tight. Seal it to the other sheet of press and seal. Make sure I'm getting a nice connection there, or a nice contact. That way I'm not losing anything. Seal it up. I like to tuck it all in underneath here. Once I get a nice seal on it, I'll tuck it all up underneath. Tuck it all up underneath, and I take my lid, I put it onto the actual, so the press and seal is underneath the lid obviously. Snap these shut, make up your clutch card, and put them in the incubator. Alright guys, this part is driving me nuts. This is one of the things with the COVID-19 that is actually driving me nuts. I haven't been able to get my new clutch cards printed. Call me unorganized, you're right. Anyway, so I'm going to make one of these cards up. I'm going to put it on the top of this bin, or actually I'll probably put it right there so when it's incubating I can see exactly what it is. And this is clutch number 2. So this is RCR we're RCR 2002. This is from an ODYB Pastel Leo Pied, and this is to a Cine Specter. So I know there's 7 eggs. Today is April 20th. April 20, and it is due. Check this out. Hey Siri, what day is it in 58 days?
It's Wednesday, June 17th, 2020.
So these hatch June 17th. June 17th. I'll circle that date. And that's sort of what that's realistically sort of what my normal ID cards would look like. Just a lot bigger and would fit this whole bin. But these are going to have to make do until I can get the cards printed. I definitely need to get them printed because I've got way more clutches coming, so I'm just going to have to deal with this for a time being. Anyways guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this on the front of the bin. You pop it into your incubator, leave it alone for 58 days. Legitimately leave it alone. On about day 52, I come back in, I take this press and seal off, and then I leave them alone. On about day 56, if you start to see stuff pipping, that's when I cut my clutches. I don't cut before they pip, but everybody does things differently. That's just the way I do it. Anyway guys, now we're going to set that female up onto a fresh set of bedding, and we're going to go from there. Alright guys, next step is I'm going to take this Cine Specter, who's probably not going to be all that happy with me. I know she's nice and empty, and I just want to take this wet paper towel, and I'm going to run it down her belly, I'm gonna try and get all the scent of the eggs off of her. And this girl is actually going to get a fresh new bin. So I feel like that's pretty sufficient. I'm gonna pop this bin out. She's going into a brand new clean bin. Fresh bedding. This bin's already been sterilized. There's nothing, you know, it's a brand new bin for her. She goes right back into her spot. Now, one of the beauties about having these cards on here is I can literally peel that card off and I pop it right back on her bin. Need to take that label off. That's no big deal. Now this bin is going to go, all this bedding's going to get thrown out. This bin's going to get sterilized, washed, and stacked back with the rest. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed that. Super exciting getting eggs. We're going to have a lot more of those coming. We're expecting around the 85 to 95 clutch range. About 60 females already committed. Super exciting times. As always, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Do your thing, YouTube, and we will see you guys soon.